This is Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in the Inland Empire today, and we are joined by Paul Granillo. He is the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Inland Empire Economic Partnership, which is what, sir?
The Inland Empire Economic Partnership is a nonprofit that is focused on bettering the business climate and quality of life of the Inland Empire, Riverside and San Bernardino counties. And we do that in a variety of ways, but really, the number one way is collectively. So our business council members are the larger employers of the region. So my executive committee, our chair is Brett Gouge of California Steel.
Sure.
We have the Cardenas Markets, UPS, Coca-Cola, Best in Krieger.
Oh, of course.
All companies that care about having doing as well as they can in the region.
And let's talk about this region.
Sure.
Two counties, Riverside and San Bernardino. San Bernardino is the largest geographic county in the lower 48.
Right.
If you combine the two counties, over 4 million residents. That's bigger than several states.
4.4.
See, 4.4.
And if we were a state, we'd be the 25th largest state. We'd be right in the middle.
So there you have it. I
Right.
mean, you know, you think about this area, you don't realize this is a major economy. Just these two counties are a very significant economy. So how do you get your arms around that?
Well, you're exactly right. The contribution that the Inland Empire makes to the nation's economy and California's economy, the international economy, is absolutely underappreciated. And it has to do with our geographic location, but it also has to do with our population. 4.4 million people living, buying goods, right? Recreating. That is a big economy. And sometimes we don't own that. And we don't have the pride, I think, that we should as a region.
I have to think the last 5 years, 5 to 10 years, were rocky for you. The Inland Empire hit the skids in such a dramatic way. Not any fault of its own, but when the recession hit, the Inland Empire became ground zero for so many of the challenges the nation faced, from the foreclosure crisis to the unemployment crisis. We're on the other side, I think, but talk to me about the last few years and how the IE muddled, managed its way through the recession, and now how we're on the other side.
Sure. So our organization cares about the business climate and the quality of life. Now, the number one quality of life issue that our board of directors has delineated is the educational attainment level of the residents of the Inland Empire. 4.4 million residents. Okay, but only 20% of us have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
So why do I bring that up? That means that our economy is heavily dependent on our blue collar sectors. So we need manufacturing to do well. We need goods movement and logistics to do well. Healthcare, actually lots of careers in healthcare that don't require a bachelor's degree.
But I do want to ask you about bachelor's, if I may, because think about this region. UCR, Cal Baptist, La Sierra, Cal State San Bernardino. There are some major universities in this region. We should be better educated, no?
But the chicken and the egg, right? Because if you're going to graduate with your BA, you need to have a job, right? And we have a hard time right now because we don't have the educational attainment level attracting the businesses that would be the employers. So unfortunately, a lot of our students, once they get their degree, they leave the region.
But what about UCR Medical, for example?
Oh.
That recently launched, first medical school to launch, I think, in the state in decades. I know that as part of their admissions policy, they're looking to keep half its class native to the region. Hopefully they'll stay afterward. If they stay, you said their jobs in healthcare, that could cause catalytic consequences.
Absolutely. It's one of the best examples of our region dealing with this issue. And UCR is to be lauded for the creation of the medical school and for investing in the future. Because if you want to have a good career, go into healthcare. Right now, the future in healthcare is a winner.
Let's talk about logistics.
Sure.
I think it's fair to say this region has a love-hate with the logistics industry. Distribution is another way to say it. It brings so many great jobs, be it in the high desert, be it in Riverside. There's a discussion now about Moreno Valley, developing a major logistics center. Amazon came to San Bernardino City. Talk to me about the importance of logistics and the balance of creating strong logistics jobs without creating the traffic impacts, the environmental impacts.
Okay. So
Loaded question,
No,
indeed.
no. But listen, we live at the very beginning of the information age.
Yes, we do.
So what you and I do on our cell phones and our computers, every time we order something from Amazon, it's the love-hate, right?
Right.
If you don't like logistics, stop it.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's not going
Don't
to stop.
expect to get your Amazon product in 2 hours.
Right, and it's not going to stop. The economy of the world has changed. Retail is shrinking and e-commerce is growing. Now, we can either take advantage of that, and again, 20% of us have a bachelor's degree. So the 80% that don't need jobs, and many times there's a perfect alignment in the goods movement and logistics industry.
So how do we get to a place, though? Because I do think, like I said, this region appreciates the benefits of logistics. There are just some nerves about traffic and environmental. So I got to think there's a formula that will allow the region to grow at a nice clip without detrimentally impacting roads and air.
No, you're right on.
Yeah.
So what we believe at IEP is that we should be taking advantage of the logistics industry. So the future of logistics is in robotics. It's in systems. We should be the leader as a region in drones and testing drones. 6 Amazons, right?
Right.
Why aren't we taking advantage of that and making sure that those drones are built here? That's the new manufacturing, advanced manufacturing that we are uniquely situated to build on top of this logistics industry that's already there.
But because we are moving into this information mechanized age, presumably that needs more advanced degrees. And so can the IEEP and its partners work to get kids to junior college, community college, to get their BAs? Because look, the entire state needs more bachelor degree holders. I think we're, 1 million short by 2025, I think is the number. And so
I talked about our business council. Our education council is co-chaired by President Morales of Cal State San Bernardino, Chancellor Wilcox of UCR, and includes the county superintendents of schools and presidents of community colleges in the 4 years. And they are all working together with our business partners, together with our government partners on this issue. Because if we don't change that number, we are not going to be able to take advantage of that new economy that we see booming up in the Silicon Valley. But if you looked at the educational attainment level, it's absolutely reversed. Where we are at 20, they're almost at 50 in bachelor's degrees.
we know that the Inland Empire is also becoming more diverse. And a lot of that diversity comes from our friends and neighbors of Latino descent. And so does that play into future planning when you think about the population becoming more and more Latino? I don't know the answer.
Yeah. So within IEP,
Right.
we have a Latino Leadership and Policy Institute focused on the fact that of our 4.4 million people,
Right.
2.1, almost 2.2 are Hispanic.
Right.
Okay. We have the fourth largest Latino population in the United States. Los Angeles, New York, Greater Austin, and us.
Then us, right.
But what we don't have are people focused on training them to be the next generation of leaders, which they will be,
Right.
focused on educational healthcare issues.
Right.
And that has a lot to do with the private foundation funding that isn't here in our region.
Can we get it here? We have a community foundation, I believe, in this
We
region.
do, but we're talking, this is, every Californian is a recipient of $119 in foundation funding. You go to a museum and they got a grant,
Right.
you're a
I understand.
recipient. San Bernardino County, the number is $3. Riverside County, the number is 12. And it's higher in Riverside because of the giving that's done in the Coachella Valley.
But it's still $12.
So if I wanted to run a nonprofit, if it's 12, if it's 3 in San Bernardino, and the average is 119, well, up in the Silicon Valley, up in San Francisco, it's $600 and $700.
He is Paul Granillo. He is with the Inland Empire Economic Partnership. I'm Brad Pomerance, Charter Local Edition.